Face2face Intermediate by Chris Redston and Gilly Cunningham. Published by Cambridge University Press. This recording is copyright. CD3. Recording 9.2. 1.
A surgeon is a doctor who does operations.
2.
An operating theatre is the place where you have an operation.
3.
Asthma is an illness which makes it difficult for you to breathe.
4.
A specialist is a doctor who knows a lot about one area of medicine.
5.
The A&E department is the part of a hospital where you go if you have an emergency.
6.
An allergy is a medical problem that some people get when they eat, breathe or touch certain things.
Recording 9.3.
Hello, I'm Amber Benson, and here is the news this Tuesday lunchtime. The Health Service has failed to meet its targets to reduce waiting times in A&E departments in NHS hospitals, according to a new survey carried out by the British Medical Council. The survey said that patients were still waiting too long to see a doctor, with some patients waiting up to 9 hours. However, government spokesperson Francis Hall told reporters that the situation was improving.
We haven't met our targets yet, that's true, but we've made a lot of progress. The average waiting time has already been reduced from 3.5 hours to nearly 2.5 hours, and we expect to see even better figures in the future.
A new report on allergies has just been published. The report shows that allergies have become one of the UK's biggest causes of illness, with 1 in 3 people now affected. According to the report, the UK also has the highest rate of asthma in Europe, and treatment for this illness cost the NHS over £1 billion last year. Dr. Jeff Gordon from the charity Allergy Action welcomed the report.
We're pleased to see that the government has finally decided to take this issue more seriously. However, we feel they still haven't told us the whole story. For example, the government has also carried out a survey on the causes of allergies, but why haven't we seen those results yet? That survey still hasn't been published, although it was completed 6 months ago. We think they're hiding something.
And we've just heard that the actress Tanya Fisher has died. She was taken to hospital 2 days ago with heart problems. Mrs. Fisher was best known as Jennifer Sheldon in the TV comedy series Over My Dead Body. She was 79. That's the news this Tuesday lunchtime. Now over to Danny Strong for the sport.
Recording 9.4.
A new report on allergies has just been published. The report shows that allergies have become one of the UK's biggest causes of illness.
Recording 9.5. 1.
A new survey has just been published.
2.
The government has just published a new survey.
3.
3 people have been taken to hospital.
4.
The police have taken 3 people to hospital.
5.
The government hasn't met its targets yet.
6.
The targets haven't been met yet.
7.
The workers have already rejected the pay offer.
8.
The pay offer has already been rejected.
Recording 9.6.
News this Wednesday lunchtime. Over 10,000 people have taken part in a demonstration to protest against the new increase in petrol prices. At least 16 people have been arrested and 1 policeman has been taken to hospital. Monday's ambulance strike has been called off. Union leader Kevin Roberts has accepted the government's pay offer of 8%. Scientists in Cambridge have found the gene that causes asthma. The gene is one of many allergy genes that have been discovered by researchers at Cambridge University. Rock singer Heidi Sauter has just arrived in the UK for her first ever tour of the country. Her first album, Perfect 10, has already sold over 4 million copies. Now with the weather.
Recording 9.7.
With me in the studio is Dr. Miriam Richards, who's a lecturer in psychology at the University of Washington.
Hello.
Now, Dr. Richards, I've heard that body language is responsible for 80% of communication. Is that true?
Well, yes, it can be in certain situations. For example, when you're meeting new people at a party or somewhere, body language is usually more important than what you say.
And most body language is instinctive, isn't it?
Of course. And it's much harder to change your body language than it is to control what you say. For example, when someone is lying, they'll often avoid eye contact. However, very good liars might make more eye contact than usual to try and make you think they're telling the truth.
Really?
Yes. And they often smile a lot, too. But they won't be real smiles, of course.
So how can you tell if a smile is real?
Well, a real smile uses the muscles around the eyes, but a fake smile doesn't. So if you can't tell if someone's really smiling, then look at their eyes, not their mouth.
Are there any other ways you can tell if someone's lying?
Oh, yes. When we tell the truth, our eyes tend to move to the right, because the left side of the brain, which stores facts, controls the right side of the body.
I see.
Yes, and when we're lying, the right side of the brain, which controls imagination, makes the eyes go left.
That's interesting.
Yes, and people tend to look up when they're telling the truth, because they're getting information from their brain. If they start lying, they'll look down or straight ahead. When they go back to telling the truth, their eyes will go up again.
I've also been told that people put their hands over their mouths when they're lying. Is that true?
Yes, it is. People also touch their noses a lot when they're lying, because that covers the mouth, too.
Fascinating. And what about white lies?
Well, of course, most people tell white lies when they don't want to hurt people's feelings. For example, saying a meal was delicious when it was awful. But some people can also train themselves to become expert liars, like politicians, for example.
Thanks for coming in to talk to us today.
My pleasure. And I really mean that.
Recording 9.8. 1.
Hot, lot, body.
Hot, lot, body.
2.
Saw, talk, thought.
Saw, talk, thought.
3.
Aunt, ask, can't.
Aunt, ask, can't.
4.
Girl, 40. Mother,
Girl, 40. Mother.
5.
party, better, water.
Party, better, water.
Recording 9.9. 1. A.
My aunt is 40 today.
B.
My aunt is 40 today.
2. A.
I saw a girl walking across the park.
B.
I saw a girl walking across the park.
3. A.
Why can't you ask your mother?
B.
Why can't you ask your mother?
4. A.
My brother's got a lot of cars.
B.
My brother's got a lot of cars.
5. A.
The water isn't very hot.
B.
The water isn't very hot.
6. A.
This party's better than I thought.
B.
This party's better than I thought.
Recording 9.10. 1.
Now, what seems to be the problem?
2.
How long have you been feeling like this?
3.
Do you know if you're allergic to anything?
4.
What have you eaten recently?
5.
Come back if you're not feeling better in 2 days.
6.
Have you been taking anything for them?
7.
Have you got any other symptoms?
8.
Right, let me have a look at you.
9.
I'm just going to take your temperature.
10.
Here's a prescription for some painkillers.
Recording 9.11. 1.
Hello, Mr. Phillips. Take a seat.
Thanks.
Now, what seems to be the problem?
Well, I'm not feeling very well. I've got a terrible stomachache and I keep throwing up.
Have you had any diarrhea?
Yes, I have actually.
How long have you been feeling like this?
Since, late last night.
Do you know if you're allergic to anything?
No, not that I know of.
What have you eaten recently?
Well, let me think. My children cooked dinner for my wife and me last night. It was our wedding anniversary, you see, and they wanted to surprise us.
What did you have?
Well, I'm not sure what it was, actually. Some sort of seafood and pasta dish. They spent a long time cooking it, so, I felt I had to eat it. It wasn't very nice, to be honest. My wife hardly ate any.
OK. I think you've got food poisoning. The best thing to do is to rest and don't eat anything for the next 24 hours. After that, you can eat things like bread or rice, but no milk or cheese.
Right.
And drink lots of water or black tea with a little sugar in.
OK. Do I need to make another appointment?
No, I'm sure you'll be fine, but come back if you're not feeling better in 2 days.
Thanks a lot.
And maybe tell your kids that you want to go to a restaurant next year.
Yes, I will. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
2.
Hello, it's Mr. Taylor, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Please sit down.
Thanks.
What seems to be the problem?
Well, I haven't been feeling very well recently. My chest hurts and I keep getting really bad headaches.
Have you been taking anything for them?
Yes, paracetamol, but they don't really help much.
Have you got any other symptoms?
Yes, I can't stop sneezing.
Yes, I can see that. And how long have you been feeling like this?
Oh, let me see. It's 3 days now.
Right. Let me have a look at you. Say, ah.
Oh.
That's fine. Thanks. I'm just going to take your temperature.
Ooh.
Yes, you've got a bit of a temperature, but nothing serious. I think you've got a virus.
Oh.
You need to stay in bed and rest for 2 or 3 days.
Do I need
What? Bless you.
Thanks. Do I need some antibiotics? I'm allergic to penicillin, by the way.
No, antibiotics don't work with viruses, but I'm going to give you something stronger for the headaches.
All right.
Here's a prescription for some painkillers.
How often should I take them?
Every 4 hours. If you're not better in 3 days, then come back and we'll do some blood tests.
Oh, thank you, Doctor.
Not at all. Goodbye.
Bye.
Right, who's the next patient? Oh, no.
Recording 9.12.
I'm not feeling very well.
I haven't been feeling very well recently.
I've got a terrible stomachache.
My chest hurts.
I keep getting really bad headaches.
I can't stop sneezing.
Do I need some antibiotics?
I'm allergic to penicillin.
How often should I take them?
Do I need to make another appointment?
Recording 10.1.
Hello?
Hi, Mum.
Oh, hello, darling. How are you?
I'm okay, thanks. Did you get the message I left yesterday?
Oh, dear, yes, I did. I was supposed to call you back, wasn't I? Sorry, Leo. I was out all day. Hope it wasn't important.
No, it's okay. It's just that, well, Karen and I wondered if you had any special plans for your wedding anniversary this year. You know, as it's your 25th and all that.
Well, we were going to spend our anniversary in the cottage in Wales where we had our honeymoon, but it was already booked. Tom was supposed to book it months ago, but he forgot, so the short answer is no. No plans.
Right. Karen and I want to organise a party for you. It was going to be a surprise party, but we can't organise it without you.
What a lovely idea.
Actually, we want to invite all the people who came to your wedding. So we borrowed some of your old wedding photos, but we haven't got a clue who most of them are.
Well, we've lost touch with most of them. 25 years is a long time.
What about the best man?
Oh, Derek Bradley. Yes, he and his wife Brenda were our closest friends back then. She was my bridesmaid. They moved to New York just after our wedding. We were going to visit them later that year, but we didn't go for some reason. Haven't heard from them in, 15 years or so. I've no idea how to get in touch with them.
Well, if you let me have all the information you've got, I'll try to get hold of as many people as I can.
Well, let's see. I'm still in touch with Trevor Jones and his wife Sheila. They met at our wedding, you know. And then there's Jane Lewis. We used to share a flat together. I think I still have a phone number for her somewhere. Only I'm not sure.
Recording 10.2.
We were going to spend our anniversary in Wales.
It was going to be a surprise party.
We were going to visit them later that year.
I was supposed to call you back.
Your father was supposed to book it months ago.
We were supposed to leave a message.
Recording 10.3.
You look lovely with your hair up, Mum. And I love that red dress.
Thank you, Karen. Have you seen your father?
Not for a while, no. Anyway, how are you feeling?
A bit nervous, actually. And where's Leo?
I'm not sure. He could be picking people up from the station.
Oh, right.
Who's that, Mum? The woman in the flowery skirt with wavy hair and glasses.
That's Brenda Bradley. She was my bridesmaid, remember?
That's right. That can't be her real hair colour, though, can it? It looks dyed to me.
Yes, I think it is. She used to be fair, I think. She must be going grey.
And who's the woman with the blonde hair in the blue suit? Is that Jane Lewis?
Yes, it might be. Hang on, she spotted us.
Peggy! Oh, gosh! It must be, 15 years since I last saw you.
Hi, Jane. You look fantastic.
Thank you. You too. Where's Tom?
Good question. He must be talking to some guests in the other room. So, anyway, what are you doing these days?
Karen!
Oh, there you are. Have you seen Dad?
No. Why?
Mum's looking for him.
Well, he must be around somewhere. He may want to be on his own for a bit. You know, it's a big thing, this party.
Yes, maybe. Hey! Who's that?
Who?
Him. The guy in the dark suit with curly hair and the moustache. It could be the guy that moved to New York. What's his name? Derek something?
No, that isn't Derek Bradley. He's the tall guy over there. The one in the grey suit.
With the beard?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And that's his son, Nick, next to him, with the flowery tie and glasses.
Look, the man with the curly hair is coming over.
Hi, you must be Peggy's daughter.
Yes, that's right. I'm Karen. Hi. And this is my brother, Leo.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Trevor Jones. Thanks very much for inviting us. It's a wonderful party.
Glad you're having a good time.
Have you met my wife, Sheila?
No, not yet.
She's over there, the one with red hair in the dark brown dress. We first met at your parents' wedding, you know. Actually, she doesn't...
Haven't you found him yet, Mum?
No, I haven't.
Maybe he's having a secret cigarette somewhere.
Don't be silly. He can't be having a cigarette. He stopped smoking months ago. Ah, Leo, there you are. Where's your father? He should be here talking to the guests.
Well, he might be in the bathroom.
Yes, perhaps. Oh, go and look, will you, Leo?
Sure. Won't be a minute. Yes, he's in there. He's practicing his speech in front of the mirror. He says he'll be out in a few minutes.
Honestly, he must know that speech by now. We spent hours going over it last night. Go and get him, will you? I'm going back to join the party.
Sure. I'm glad we only have to do this every 25 years.
Recording 10.4.
He could be picking people up from the station.
That can't be her real hair colour.
He must be talking to some guests in the other room.
He may want to be on his own for a bit.
It could be the guy that moved to New York.
No, that isn't Derek Bradley.
He can't be having a cigarette.
He might be in the bathroom.
He's practicing his speech in front of the mirror.
He must know that speech by now.
Recording 10.5. 1. Two. 3.
Come on, come on!
4. 5.
Hello, Jerry.
Hello, Mr. Johnson.
6. Recording 10.6.
Welcome to Money Watch. Today's topic is prenuptial agreements, and with me is Alison Farmer, a lawyer who is an expert in family law.
Good morning.
Alison, first of all, we should start with the most obvious question. What exactly is a prenuptial agreement?
Well, it's like a divorce contract couples sign before they get married. They agree how they'll divide up their property and money if they ever get divorced.
Well, don't most couples just get 50% each of everything they own?
Not usually, no. People don't get divorced when their marriage is going well, of course, so when people do fall out, they often show their worst side. So a prenuptial agreement gives people a chance to decide what to do before they get themselves into that situation.
Right. Time for our first caller. Yolanda Waters from Manchester.
Yes, hi. Can you tell me if a prenuptial agreement is a legal guarantee?
Not in the UK, no. People don't always get what was written in the prenuptial agreement.
Oh, I see. But they are in, places like the USA, aren't they?
Well, no, actually, they're not. Even in countries where prenuptials are often used in court, Australia and the USA, for example, people can get more or less than it said in the prenuptial agreement.
Can you give us an example?
Well, Boris Becker, the famous tennis player, and his wife, Barbara Feltus, got married in 1993 and split up in the year 2000. When they got married, Boris was worth £65 million. According to the prenuptial, Barbara was supposed to get about £5 million, but she actually got £10 million, a £1.8 million home in Florida, and £2,500 a month for their children.
That probably helped her get over the divorce, I would think.
Yes, probably. And Steven Spielberg's ex-wife, Amy Irving, received $100 million when they split up after only 4 years.
Right. Let's go to our next caller, Marcus Brown from Southampton.
Hello. If prenuptials aren't a guarantee, what's the point of having one? Isn't it just another way for lawyers to make money out of people?
No, not really. If both the husband and wife agree to follow the prenuptial agreement when they get divorced, then they don't need a lawyer at all. And when you think you can buy a prenuptial online for £50, it's actually much cheaper than hiring a divorce lawyer.
OK, over to our next caller.
Recording 10.7. 1.
Peggy, do you think I could send a few emails? I just want to let people at home know how the party went.
Sorry, I'm afraid Tom's using the computer at the moment. He's got to do some stuff for work tomorrow. He probably won't be too long, though.
No problem. I can do it later. Oh, and is it okay if I borrow a couple of books? I've already read the ones that I brought with me.
Yes, of course it is. There are some over there you can choose from.
Thanks.
2.
Excuse me.
Hi, Nick. What can I do for you?
May I download some photos onto your computer? When you're not using it, of course. I'd like to send some photos of the party to people back home.
Sorry, I don't think we have the software for that. Our computer's rather old, you see.
Okay, no problem. Would you mind if I gave my girlfriend a call?
No, not at all. Go ahead. The code for America is 001, I think.
Thanks a lot. I won't be too long.
Oh, don't worry.
Thanks.
3. Peggy, can I make myself a sandwich?
Yes, of course you can. Help yourself. You know where everything is.
Thanks. Do you want one?
No thanks. I've just had something to eat.
Oh, do you mind if I do some washing?
Actually, I'd rather you didn't, if you don't mind. I was just going to do some myself, and I've got rather a lot.
Sure, no problem. There's no hurry.
Oh, by the way, why did you think of...
Recording 10.8. 1. A.
Do you think I could send a few emails?
B.
Do you think I could send a few emails?
2. A.
Is it okay if I borrow a couple of books?
B.
Is it okay if I borrow a couple of books?
3. A.
May I download some photos onto your computer?
B.
May I download some photos onto your computer?
4. A.
Would you mind if I gave my girlfriend a call?
B.
Would you mind if I gave my girlfriend a call?
5. A.
Can I make myself a sandwich?
B.
Can I make myself a sandwich?
6. A.
Do you mind if I do some washing?
B.
Do you mind if I do some washing?
Recording 10.9.
Do you think I could send a few emails?
Sorry, I'm afraid Tom's using the computer at the moment.
Is it okay if I borrow a couple of books?
Yes, of course it is. There are some over there you can choose from.
May I download some photos onto your computer?
Sorry, I don't think we have the software for that.
Would you mind if I gave my girlfriend a call?
No, not at all. Go ahead.
Can I make myself a sandwich?
Yes, of course you can. Help yourself.
Do you mind if I do some washing?
Actually, I'd rather you didn't, if you don't mind.
Recording 10.10.
Just a silly phase I'm going through, and just because I call you up, don't get me wrong, don't think you've got it made. I'm not in love, no, no. It's me. I'd like to see you, but then again, it doesn't mean you mean that much to me. So if I call you, don't make a fuss. Don't tell your friends about the two of us. I'm not in love, no, no. It's me.
Big boys don't cry. Big boys don't cry. Big boys don't cry. Big boys don't
I keep your picture upon the wall. It hides a nasty stain that's lying there. So don't you ask me to give it back. I know you know it doesn't mean that much to me. I'm not in love, no, no. It's ooh, you wait a long time for me. Ooh, you wait a long time. Ooh, you wait a long time for me. Ooh, you wait a long time. I'm not in love, so don't forget it. It's just a silly phase I'm going through. And just because I call you up, don't get me wrong, don't think you've got it made. I'm not in love. I'm not in love.
Recording 11.1.
Hello, on the box. Can I help you?
Hello. Can I speak to Max Foster, please?
I'm afraid he's in a meeting all day. I'm his PA, Gabby. Can I take a message?
Yes, probably. My name's Fiona Robbins, and I'm, going to be in your new TV drama, Undercover.
Oh, yes, of course. You're going to be Kat, aren't you?
That's right, yes. Anyway, I'm afraid I can't come to the meeting on Monday.
Oh, dear. Why's that?
Well, I'm in hospital. I was in a car accident and I've broken my leg.
Oh, how terrible.
Yes. I won't be able to walk on it for a month, apparently.
Oh, poor you. That must be awful.
Well, it's quite painful, yes. But I've already had one operation. It went quite well, I think.
Well, that's good news, at least.
Yes, I suppose so. And I'm having another operation on Friday. I hope it's going to be okay.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Thanks. Anyway, about Undercover. I still want to be in the programme, of course, but I don't know what to do.
Well, they're going to start filming soon, I think.
Yes, I know.
Well, you must talk to Max, and the sooner the better, really. Can he call you tomorrow?
Yes, please. The number for the hospital is 0754 434 78. I'm in Ward 2.
Yes, of course.
Thanks. Look, I'm really sorry about this.
Don't worry. I'll ask Max to call you back in the morning.
OK. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.
Recording 11.2.
Hello, Max.
Morning, Gabby. Any messages?
Yes, quite a few, actually.
we've got a problem.
Oh? What's that?
Fiona Robbins called. You know, the actress who's going to be Kat in Undercover.
Uh-huh.
Well, she's broken her leg.
You're joking.
No, really, it's true. She said she'd been in a car accident.
Oh, no, that's the last thing we need.
Yes, I know. But she's being looked after very well, I think. She told me that she'd already had one operation.
Well, that's good news, I guess.
Yes, I think so. And she said that she was having another operation on Friday.
Did she say when she'd be able to work again?
Not exactly, but she said she wouldn't be able to walk on it for a month.
Oh, I don't believe it. Does she realise how serious this is?
Yes, I think so. She sounded quite worried about it.
Not her leg. The fact that we're going to lose our lead actress.
Anyway, she told me she couldn't come to the meeting on Monday.
No, obviously not. Oh, what was she thinking of?
Well, I don't think she planned to be in a car crash.
No, I suppose not. What else did she say?
She said she still wanted to be in the programme.
What, in a wheelchair? She's supposed to be an undercover cop.
Yes, I know.
So what did you tell her?
I told her they were going to start filming soon.
Good. So she knows that we have to find someone else?
Well, not exactly.
What do you mean?
I told her that she had to talk to you. Here's the number of the hospital. She's in Ward 2.
Right. While I'm doing this, find someone else to play Kat. I want 3 people here for auditions first thing tomorrow morning.
Sure, will do. But before you go, you had some other messages too.
Who from?
Well, Mr. Hall said he had to talk...
Recording 11.3.
She said that she'd been in a car accident.
She said she still wanted to be in the programme. I told her that she had to talk to you. She told me that she'd already had one operation.
She said that she was having another operation on Friday. I told her they were going to start filming soon. She told me she couldn't come to the meeting on Monday.
She said she wouldn't be able to walk on it for a month.
Recording 11.4.
Sure, will do. But before you go, you had some other messages too.
Who from?
Well, Mr. Hall said he had to talk to you.
OK, I'll call him later. What's his number?
He only gave me his mobile number. Here it is.
What does he want, anyway? I talked to him last week.
Apparently, his wife wants a script back.
Well, send it to her. It was rubbish anyway. What's next?
Carl told me he was going to be in New York next week.
Why is he going to New York? He should be going to LA. Oh, that man's an idiot. I'll call him later.
And Sid said that he hadn't understood your email. Maybe you should call him back.
OK, I will. Is that it?
Not quite. Who's next? Oh, yes. Linda Wise said she couldn't come to Monday's meeting.
Did she say why?
Yes, it's her back again.
Typical. I told her to see a doctor. She just won't listen.
And Mrs. Lee told me the designs would be ready on Monday.
Well, that's some good news at least.
Yes, I told her you'd be pleased. What's next? Oh, Ted Black said that he was having a party on Saturday.
Who on earth is Ted Black?
You know, the film producer. I told him you'd be there.
Oh, no. You know I can't stand him.
He said he wanted to talk to you about a new project.
Fine. Is that all?
And there's, one more.
What's that?
Your ex-wife told me she'd sold the house.
What? Get her on the phone, now!
Recording 11.5.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. We've been watching you for a while, you know. We've got it all. Phone conversations, emails, bank statements, the lot.
You're joking. You mean you're a cop?
Mm-hmm. Got it in one, mate. And I hope you like prison food, because unless you start giving me some names, you'll be eating it for the next 10 years.
Thank you very much, Eva. That was very good. Thanks, Gabby.
No problem. See you later.
Now, Eva, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Sure, go ahead.
Are you working at the moment?
Not at the moment, no.
Do you have any acting work in the next 3 months?
Well, maybe. I've had some auditions for other TV programmes, but I'm still waiting to hear back from them.
Mm-hmm. And what was your last acting job?
I played a nurse in an episode of Ward 6 recently. You know, the TV hospital soap?
Mm-hmm.
I got hit by a car and ended up in the hospital I worked in. I died at the end, but it was quite a challenging role.
OK, that sounds good. What other parts have you had recently?
Before that, well, I was a school teacher in a film called Flowers in Winter. I had the lead role in that. It's coming out next month, I think.
And where did you study acting?
I trained at the London School of Drama for 3 years.
Really? That's good. And the last question, are you available to start next week?
Next week? Yes, I think so.
OK, that's about all. Thanks for coming in. We've got your number, haven't we?
Yes, it's on my CV. Or you can call my agent.
Fine. We'll let you know by the end of the day. Have you got any questions?
Yes, I've got a couple, actually. Who are the other actors in Undercover?
Recording 11.6.
So, how did it go?
Oh, quite well, I think. I had to read from the script. Then Max, the producer, interviewed me.
What did he ask you?
First, he asked me if I was working at the moment.
And how did you deal with that?
Well, I couldn't tell him I was working part-time in a cafe, could I? So I said no. Then he wanted to know what my last acting job had been, so I told him about Ward 6.
That's good. It shows you're a working actress. Well, some of the time anyway.
Very funny. He also asked if I had any acting work in the next 3 months.
And what did you say?
I told him about the other auditions and said I was very hopeful. That was the best thing to say, don't you think?
Yes, probably.
Oh, and he asked where I'd studied acting.
Uh-huh.
So I told him about the drama school, of course.
Did he ask anything else?
Let me think. Yes, he asked me what other parts I'd had recently.
You told him about Flowers in Winter, I suppose.
Of course. Then, guess what?
What?
He wanted to know whether I was available to start next week.
Next week? Oh, so you've got the part?
No, not exactly.
Oh.
He said he'd let me know by the end of the day. But I have a good feeling about this. I really do.
Well, I really hope you get it. Will you still love me when you're famous?
No. I'll go out with someone rich and good-looking for a change.
Hey!
Recording 11.7.
First, he asked me if I was working at the moment. He asked where I'd studied acting.
He wanted to know what my last acting job had been. He wanted to know whether I was available to start next week.
And he asked me what other parts I'd had recently.
He also asked if I had any acting work in the next 3 months.
Recording 11.8.
Hello?
Hello, is that Eva West?
Yes, it is.
This is Max Foster from On the Box.
Oh, yes, hi.
Good news. You've got the job.
Really? Oh, that's wonderful, thank you.
No problem. Can you come to a meeting on Monday?
Yes, of course. What time?
Be at our offices at 10. The director and all the other actors will be here too.
Yes, of course.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't accept any more work. This will keep you busy for the next 3 months at least.
No, of course not. Thanks again. Bye.
Bye.
Wow! I've got the job!
Oh, congratulations. That's brilliant.
Yes, I can't believe it. A TV series. And I'm the main character.
So, what did he say?
Oh, well, he asked me to come to a meeting on Monday. He wants me to meet the director and the other actors.
That's great.
Yes, he told me to be at their offices at 10.
Excellent. Did he say anything else?
Yes, he told me not to accept any more work. This is going to last 3 months at least.
Fantastic. So, what's your character's name again?
Kat. I don't know much about her yet, but it sounds like a really challenging part. Apparently, she's an undercover cop who...
Recording 11.9.
Sure this is the place, Glenn?
Yeah. Warehouse on Tudor Street, 7:30.
Looks close to me. Want a cigarette?
No, thanks, mate. Gave up last week.
Yeah, right. Heard from Kat recently?
Not since 4. She'll call if she needs to. They're late.
Only 5 minutes. Maybe they're stuck in traffic or something.
Maybe. Let's wait a few more minutes.
Yeah, okay. We'll wait and see what happens.
I'm getting a bad feeling about this.
Me too. Why don't we call Kat? Where is she tonight anyway?
Out on a date.
A date? You're joking. Who with?
The son, Dom. Thought you could get some information out of him.
Information? Right.
Got a cigarette?
Thought you said you'd given up.
That was last week. Oh, don't forget to turn the camera on when they arrive. We need this on film.
Yeah, I know. Where are they?
Hendrik, at last. I said 7:30.
Sorry I'm late, Rupert. Had a bit of a problem finding it. Why didn't we meet at the warehouse, like we usually do?
Cops are watching me, that's why.
What?
They've put an undercover cop in the gallery. Girl called Kat.
You're joking.
Do I look like I'm joking? That's why I called you back this afternoon from a payphone and told you to meet me here instead.
Sure you weren't followed?
No. The cops went to the warehouse. Idiots. So, got the statues?
In the van. I'll put them in your car myself if you like.
Hang on a minute. Are the diamonds inside them?
Of course they are.
They'd better be. Or we'll both end up dead.
Hey, relax. All I want is the money. Where is it, by the way?
In the bag. 2 million. Use £10 notes, just like we agreed.
Perfect. Hey, Rupert, when this is all over, would you like to come and visit me in Amsterdam?
Don't think that's a good idea. But if this works, I'll definitely buy some more of your statues. Now, help me carry this one.
I've locked up the gallery, Gloria. Here are the keys.
Thanks. Kat, before you go, can I talk to you in the office?
Of course.
After you. Put your hands on your head, now.
What's going on?
I have a gun pointing at your head. If you turn around, I'll kill you.
Gloria, there must be some mistake.
There's no mistake, Cat. If that is your real name. We know you're a cop, so let's stop playing games, shall we?
What are you talking about? Of course I'm not a cop. Whatever gave you that idea?
I saw you bugging our phone the other night. Now, if you don't start telling me the truth, I'll put a bullet between your pretty little ears.
OK, you're right. I work for the SCS. We know what you and Rupert have been doing. But if you help us, I'll make it easier for you.
I'm not going to help the police. I'd rather go to prison.
They've probably arrested Rupert already, you know.
I don't think so. We're one step ahead of you. Now sit down and shut up.
Cat, are you there? Cat?
Don't say a word.
Cat, the taxi's waiting. Where are you? Cat?
Recording 11.10.
Hello, on the box. How can I help you?
Hello, my name's Stan Kramer from CBN TV in Florida. Can I speak to Max Foster, please?
I'm sorry, he's out of the office all day. Would you like to leave a message?
Yes, if you don't mind.
Sorry, what did you say your name was again?
Stan Kramer from CBN TV in Florida.
Is that Kramer with a K?
No, with a C.
Right, thanks. And what was the message?
He sent our company a DVD of your new cop show, Undercover. Well, I really liked it a lot, and I'd like to meet with him and discuss a contract.
OK. Shall I ask him to call you?
Actually, I'm flying to London on Thursday on other business. Maybe Max could meet me at a hotel near Heathrow for lunch. I'm on, let's see, Virgin Flight VA329 from Miami, which arrives at Heathrow at 12:15.
Sorry, I didn't get all of that. Could you say it again, please?
Yes, that's Virgin Flight VA329 from Miami, which gets into Heathrow at 12:15.
Flight VA329 from Miami.
That's right.
And it arrives at 12:50.
No, not 12:50, 12:15.
OK, Mr. Kramer. I'll let him know as soon as he gets in tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Goodbye. Hello, on the box. Can I help you?
Hi, it's Gabby. How are things?
Oh, hi. Fine, I think. Aren't you supposed to be on holiday?
Yes, I am. But there are a couple of things I didn't have time to do.
Well, can I help?
Yes, could you call Harry Groner at the BBC? Tell him that the meeting on Wednesday has been cancelled.
Do you mean this Wednesday? Like the 9th?
No, next Wednesday, the 16th.
And could you tell me his surname again?
Groner.
Is that spelt Groner?
No, it's Groener.
Right, got it.
And could you make sure that all the invitations for the undercover party are sent out by the end of the week? There's a list of addresses on my desk.
Hang on. Are you talking about the London party?
No, the Paris one. It's next month.
OK. Is there anything else?
No, that's all, I think. But if you have any problems, give me a call on my mobile.
I haven't got your mobile number.
Oh, hang on. It's 07866 554 390.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Can you give it to me again, please?
Sure. It's 07866 554 390.
Thanks. I won't call unless I have to.
No problem. Bye.
Bye.
Recording 11.11.
Sorry, what did you say your name was again?
Is that Kramer with a K?
Sorry, I didn't get all of that.
Could you say it again, please?
Do you mean this Wednesday?
And could you tell me his surname again?
Is that spelt Groner?
Are you talking about the London party?
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Can you give it to me again, please?
Recording 11.12.
And it arrives at 12:50.
No, not 12:50, 12:15.
Recording 11.13. 1.
Is that Kramer with a K?
No, with a C.
2.
Do you mean this Wednesday, like the 9th?
No, next Wednesday, the 16th.
3.
Is that spelt Groner?
No, it's Groener.
4.
Hang on. Are you talking about the London party?
No, the Paris one. It's next month.
Recording 11.14.
Hello, can I help you?
Yes, can I speak to Mr. Smith, please?
Do you mean Ron Smith?
No, Ed Smith.
Can you call Gary on extension 223 about the conference?
Sorry, I didn't get all of that. Did you say extension 233?
No, extension 223.
And are you talking about the UK conference?
No, the European conference.
Sorry, could you give me your address again?
23 Gerrard Street, SE19.
Is that Gerard with a G?
No, it's with a J.
Recording 12.1. 1.
I can't believe how much washing up this family produces. I wish we had a dishwasher.
Well, you know we can't afford one at the moment, love.
Yes, I know. I'm just saying, if we had one, I wouldn't spend my life washing up.
Well, I reckon we might be able to get one next year.
I'll believe that when I see it.
2.
Hi, Carrie. Henrietta and I are just off for lunch.
Oh, I wish I could come with you, but I have to finish this.
Can't you do it later?
Not really. The boss told me he wants it by 3 o'clock.
Right. See you later then.
OK, bye.
3.
This is so boring.
Yes, it is a bit, isn't it?
I wish we weren't so broke. I could really do with a good night out.
Well, maybe next month, after we get paid. I know. Why don't we go for a walk?
Oh, I can't be bothered to go out. I'm too tired. Let's see what else is on.
4.
I wish we didn't have to go to this party. I really don't feel up to it.
You can't miss your mother's birthday. Come on, you'll be fine when you get there.
Yes, I suppose so. But let's not hang around for too long after dinner.
No, of course not. Now, do you want to drive or shall I?
5.
Are you off now?
Yep,
They're picking me up in a few minutes.
Well, have a good time.
I wish you were coming to the match with me. You'd really enjoy it, I think.
I'm supposed to be at work in an hour. Anyway, you know I'm not really into football.
OK, I'll see you later. Bye.
Recording 12.2.
I wish we had a dishwasher.
I wish I could come with you.
I wish we weren't so broke.
I wish we didn't have to go to this party.
I wish you were coming to the match with me.
Recording 12.3.
For me, the most important moment in my life was probably the day I met Paula. There was a party at a friend's house, and I was so late leaving I nearly didn't go. Just think, if I'd stayed at home, I wouldn't have met my wife. Anyway, when I got there, a friend introduced us, and we got on really well. Paula was only in England for 3 weeks. She's Australian, you see, and she was supposed to fly back home the next day. Then she lost her passport, so she had to stay in England to get a new one. She'd have flown home that day if she hadn't lost her passport. Anyway, we spent some time getting to know each other, and before we knew it, we were in love. We got married 3 years later, and the rest, as they say, is history.
For me, the biggest turning point in my life was when I lost my job a few years ago. I was working for an American multinational company, but they got into financial trouble and, had to get rid of lots of people, including me. I got a bit depressed at first, but I was getting fed up with my job anyway. That was when I decided to do a business management course. Now I live in the country and run my own garden centre. I've always loved gardening, and now I'm working with plants and flowers all the time. But if I hadn't lost my job, I wouldn't have started my own business. And if I hadn't changed careers, I wouldn't have left London. I don't get as much money as I used to, but I'm definitely much happier. So, yeah, it's worked out really well for me, I think.
Oh, well, for me, it's probably the day I got my first pair of boxing gloves. When I was younger, I used to get into trouble a lot, fighting at school, that kind of thing. Then, for my 15th birthday, Dad gave me some boxing gloves, kind of like as a joke because I was always fighting. If he'd got me the bike I'd asked for, I'd never have started boxing. Anyway, the next weekend, he took me to a gym where they teach kids how to box, and I really loved it. I lost my first 3 fights, but, I've got better as I've got older, and now I'm thinking of going professional. I know some people don't like boxing because it's violent, but, it's really changed my life. I'd have got into a lot more trouble if I hadn't started doing this, I'm sure of that.
Recording 12.4.
If I'd stayed at home, I wouldn't have met my wife.
If I hadn't lost my job, I wouldn't have started my own business.
Recording 12.5. 1.
They'd have come if they'd wanted to. They'd have come if they'd wanted to.
2.
I'd have called you back if you'd left a message. I'd have called you back if you'd left a message.
3.
If I'd had some money, I'd have gone out last night. If I'd had some money, I'd have gone out last night.
4.
We wouldn't have gone out if we'd known. We wouldn't have gone out if we'd known.
5.
If I'd had more time, I'd have finished it.
If I'd had more time, I'd have finished it.
Recording 12.6.
If they'd wanted to. They'd have come if they'd wanted to.
If you'd left a message. I'd have called you back if you'd left a message.
I'd have gone out last night. If I'd had some money, I'd have gone out last night.
If we'd known. We wouldn't have gone out if we'd known.
I'd have finished it. If I'd had more time, I'd have finished it.
Recording 12.7.
Hello and welcome to What Are You Reading, the programme that looks at what's new in the world of publishing. With me in the studio is Robin Bell, whose new book Superhero tells the story of Spider-Man's creator Stan Lee. Welcome to the programme.
Thank you.
Robin, what can you tell us about Stan Lee's early life?
Well, his real name was Stanley Lieber, and he started working for a company called Timely Comics when he was 16. 20 years later, the company, which was now called Marvel Comics, was almost broke, so Lee was asked to invent some new superheroes.
Which characters did he create?
First, he created a comic called The Fantastic Four, which was very successful and saved the company. This was followed by The Incredible Hulk, the X-Men, and then Spider-Man.
Where did the idea for Spider-Man come from?
Well, according to Stan Lee himself, he was in his office trying to think up a superpower for his new character. While he was sitting there, he was watching a fly crawl up a wall. Then he thought, wouldn't it be great if my character could crawl up walls like an insect?
So Spider-Man was born?
Actually, he nearly called him Insect Man.
Really?
Yes, but he thought it just didn't sound right. Then he tried Crawling Man, Mosquito Man, and then finally Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man was rather different to earlier superheroes, wasn't he?
Yes, absolutely. The character Peter Parker, who's really Spider-Man, of course, was a typical young guy. He had problems with girls, he missed appointments, he couldn't pay the rent, that kind of thing. So even though he had these amazing superpowers, he was still a normal guy with all the problems that young people usually have.
How did he get his superpowers?
Well, in the original comic, Peter Parker was bitten by a radioactive spider at a science museum. This gave him his super strength and his spider sense, which is his ability to sense danger. And, of course, he can also climb up the sides of buildings, which is very useful.
As we've all seen in the films.
Yes, indeed. And a funny little fact is that Stan Lee always likes to be in his characters' movies. He's usually a hot dog seller.
Robin Bell, thank you very much for coming in.
My pleasure.
Recording 12.8. 1.
We're very pleased to welcome on Arts Today the actor Colin Waring.
Hello.
Firstly, how did you become interested in acting?
Well, my mother took me to the theatre when I was 10 to see a Shakespeare play that we were studying in English at school. That didn't really attract me, though. The language was too old-fashioned, I suppose. Then one of my friends was in a local play, and we all went along to watch. That was when I started thinking it might be something I could do too.
Did you enjoy drama school?
I loved it. Some of the teachers were very well-known actors, and we were all a bit frightened of them. The most useful thing was being able to go and see all the new plays in London. We often got free tickets, and I learned so much that way. The other students were great too, and I made a lot of good friends there.
What was your first acting job?
Well, after drama school, I worked part-time in a restaurant called The Rendezvous. You know, like actors do. Then I auditioned for a part in a play called Secret Lives, but I didn't get that, sadly. Then I was chosen to play a waiter in Table for Two. You know, the John Frank musical?
You always say your first love is the theatre. Why is that?
A lot of actors say it's the contact with a live audience, and that is exciting, of course. But the thing I find most fascinating is that you're part of something that grows and changes. A play is never the same 2 nights in a row. Some people like playing their part in the same way every night, but I'd get rather fed up with that.
Finally, any plans for the future?
Well, I was offered a part in a new American detective film, but I didn't want to be away from home for that long. Then there's a new play directed by Ian Scott, but that would mean going on tour. So I'm going to do a TV serial set near here. Less travelling.
Colin, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
2.
You're looking very well, Paul. Have you had a holiday?
No, but I've just come back from a health retreat. I lived on just fruit and vegetable juice for a week.
Wow. Didn't you feel hungry?
Actually, it wasn't too bad. On day 1, things were okay. There was a lot to do, so I didn't notice I was hungry. I felt a lot worse the next day. Bad headache and so on. After that, it was great, though.
So would you recommend going to a place like that?
Oh, yes, definitely. Some people do it regularly, every 6 months or so, and I'm thinking of doing it again in March. Anyway, you always look healthy. What are your tips?
Well, number 1, don't miss breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day. I always have fruit, yoghurt, that kind of thing.
I tend to have a cooked breakfast, eggs, beans, toast, sausages, and then I can work without stopping until lunchtime.
Wow, that's a lot. I hope you think about the quality of your food. I always buy organic eggs, vegetables and bread. I know they're more expensive, but I feel you get what you pay for.
Are you a vegetarian?
Well, when I was younger, I thought it was the right thing to do, both for my health and to protect animals. But now I eat a bit of everything, meat and fish included.
So what sort of food do you prefer if you're eating out?
It depends what I'm doing and who I'm with. I love spicy food, so Indian or Thai are always good choices.
They're delicious, but a bit too hot for me. If I have the choice, I go to my favourite restaurant just round the corner from my flat, which serves great pasta, and it's quite cheap too.
Sounds good to me.